Hello, hello, and welcome to another edition of Acoustic Bliss. Today there's a really special guitar on my lap. This is a OM Cutaway, or I believe it's actually called a Concert Cutaway from Rebecca Urlacher. Really great luthier from Bend, Oregon, who's been building for over 20 years. Yeah, I really just had to take a minute to nerd out about this one because aesthetically, tonally, playability-wise, responsive-wise, I mean, this one's really hard to beat. I mean, this is a real treat to have in the studio, and it's a real privilege to get to play it and show it to you guys. I'll try to make this quick. I think I babbled a little kind of long for the last one. Try to keep it under 5 minutes. I first became aware of Rebecca's work when I was at the Woodstock Invitational Luthier Showcase. I believe it was October 2018. We didn't actually get to chat. We were both quite busy. But yeah, when I saw photos of this, my jaw just hit the floor because, I mean, I have a slight artistic background. I write my own tunes. I'm really into fine art and stuff like that. And when I see a continuous theme and something that sort of has a unified just essence about it, it's hard not to get pulled in by it. And this guitar is such a perfect example of that. I mean, there's no shell, no abalone anywhere, which is perfectly fine by me. I'm not really a big fan of bling. I like the earthy tones of, just simple woods. And this guitar happens to have most of my favorite woods. So I'll start with the headstock. We'll work our way down just real quick. So walnut is probably my favorite wood, period. And when it's flamed like this, it's just gorgeous. You take that, and there's koa to go along with it. And I love how the grain is actually going outwards on both sides. And then a new one to me, actually, I asked her about this because it looked like it was slightly different in the figuring. Eucalyptus on the outsides of the koa here in the middle of the headstock. I'll blow up some photos in the video so you can see them. But yeah, eucalyptus trees have always been some of my favorite looking trees, and just in the tree genome, I guess. And it's the first guitar I've ever seen that had that on there. I thought it was pretty cool. And of course the theme carried, as I said, it's on the outer edges of these koa blocks, tiles I guess you could call them. And just a nice little small thin perfect line on the outside, just wrap it up with a subtle thing. Flamed koa trim, nice little sound port to throw some sound back up at you. And I really I love this floating back strip. It keeps the same theme going. Just ties it all together. And this rosewood is probably the nicest set of just Indian rosewood I've ever seen. Indian rosewood is sometimes overshadowed by its older brother, Brazilian and Madagascar and whatnot, but this is a really nice example. I believe she said she got it from a really esteemed luthier from Oregon, whose name is escaping me, but it's got a little bit of figure in it that I really like. Nice reddish purple tones there. And another thing to note is that this is actually her first cutaway, but she totally knocked it out of the park to the point where she actually also inlaid, I'll do a nice little photo of this too, she inlaid the eucalyptus and the koa on the point of it. I thought that was really neat. You might be able to see it, you might not, but I'll put the photo up. And then the cedar is just such a beautiful grade as well. All in all, this guitar is just gorgeous. Evo gold frets. It's a short scale, so lots of fundamental to round out that warm overtone that you get from cedar. Playability wise, it's perfect. You really can't beat it. And surprisingly, for a short scale, it goes down to C and it handles it just fine. I think that must be the mark of a good luthier. It still maintains the note really well, even with a 53. So we're going to play some tunes, Open D, maybe Dadgad standard, and then maybe a C tuning tune, just to see how it does. I played this for a couple hours now, and I've been really impressed with it. And Yeah. Oh, then one last thing I should note is that the finish is by Vancouver Guitar Finishing. It's the first guitar I've seen and held from them, and yeah, the reputation, it holds up. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I think if I have the option, I'm always going to want to finish like this. It's a polyurethane, really thin, but seems really sturdy, which I like a lot, especially in a guitar that I want to really play, like play. So, yeah, neck profile is perfect. I really couldn't think of anything that would make this guitar better. It's really awesome. It's a privilege to play it and show it to you guys. So, hope you enjoyed the sound clips, and thank you, Rebecca, for sending this to me. This is just such a privilege to play this, show you guys. Let me know what you think about the tone in the comments, and yeah, cheers. Thanks for watching.